You already know it is Victoria 3 A to Z. This one will actually be pretty interesting, because we are playing Dai Nam, which is a country with a lot of potential but also a lot of problems. At the start, Vietnam is extremely underdeveloped. We also start off with a rivalry and a truce with Siam, and the British will most likely want to come for us. But also we have a decent population, a sizable military, and expansion opportunities in Indonesia. But for that we'll have to build a navy. Anyway, for research I think I will just rush line infantry. Let's also get social mobility everywhere. Our literacy rate is terrible. And for politics I think I'll get this government, with the armed forces and petite bourgeoisie. This will allow us to go for professional army right away. Oh, and Cambodia is our subject, but a pretty problematic one. Let's reduce their taxes. And let's also build the construction sector. And the basics, an iron mine, a logging camp, you know how it goes. And I will use my interest in Indonesia to declare rivalry on everybody over here. Just for that extra influence, you know? Oh yeah, this is pretty good. I think I will start a war against Bulungan just to get a foothold in Borneo. My navy is not yet ready, however I will declare the war early, just to get that infamy taken down. Okay, we managed to build 3 ships. Should be enough for this invasion. Oh yeah, they don't stand a chance. Very easy war, very easy. Now let's go for Sulu. Oh, and they are that type of country you have to make every demand a primary, because otherwise they back down. Just so you know, I'm also coming for you, Brunei. Yeah, and bureaucracy is a pretty big issue right now. We can switch to filing cabinets, and maybe secular administration. However, this will cost us a lot of paper, which we don't have. Definitely should build a paper mill. And yeah, conquering Borneo is not really the hardest thing in the world. Oh yeah, and we got the low pasta. What's the next step? Probably appointed bureaucrats. Now our expansion in Indonesia will have to stop for a bit, because there is not really anybody else to attack. However, our truce with Siam is over, and it's time to teach our rival a lesson, and liberate all of their subjects. Yeah, let's do a pretty quick low infamy war. Let's also humiliate them, just for the fun of it. And what in the world war is going on over here? Spain and Portugal against the Dutch and the British. The Philippines might get liberated, so that might be pretty cool. But let's focus on our own war over here. Yeah, this war will be going pretty well. You can tell by the big green number. The Siamese capital fell into our hands, and so that means it's over for them. There we go, put the Thai in their place. And in 5 years I'll be able to attack everyone over here. But until then we'll be modernizing our army. And for that we need guns. Cambodia is very rebellious. Should reduce their autonomy in the meanwhile. And the appointed bureaucrats fails. That's karma for being a bad overlord, isn't it? Well, let's be a good person then and get cultural exclusion. Let's get more people accepted in our country. And I noticed the Confederacy managed to break away from the US. Oh, and Peru from Bolivia. Yeah, everybody seems to be losing their subjects. Ooh, and the Philippines got liberated. Well. That's a lot of infamy though. But they're so weak. No, I'll wait a bit longer, because they actually have line infantry. So they are actually pretty powerful. We got the arms industry, so maybe now we can switch to line infantry. I think it's a good moment for that. Now I think I will go and attack the Qing. I would like to take one of their states because they have a lot of population, and that can become very useful later. So let's attack Lanfang. That's because by doing that we can also bring the Dutch in the war. In exchange for helping me, I will give them this small wordless island. And now the actual Netherlands wants to join in as well. Could give them an obligation, I guess. It's not a big deal. And like I said, I want to conquer a state. I think I'll go for Yunnan. Good population, lots of resources, a pretty good target. Could also add getting some money as a war goal, yeah, sure. 13k sounds pretty good, although it's quite a lot of infamy. Should be less in my opinion. We got culture exclusion as well. And our superior line infantry will be able to defeat the Chinese army. Now let me try to get some homesteading maybe. Could work, honestly, could work, let's try it. The war took longer than I was expecting, but it's over. Finally, it's over. We enforced all of our demands. Now question is, where is my money exactly? Yeah, I do have this treaty where they are transferring their money to me, but they don't really do it. Did they just scam me? Okay, now they're paying. I got scared for a second. And we got homesteading as well. Everything's going great. Let's try appointed bureaucrats once again. I became a major power, which is technically a good thing, but also a pretty bad thing because then I cannot get that many rivalries anymore. So that means less influence. But our truce with Siam is now over, so we can attack them. Wait, we can actually make them a tributary as well for only 30 infamy. Should I try this? They would be a very annoying subject, but I think it would be better infamy wise. Taking all their states one by one is a bit expensive. So okay, sure, I guess I can make you a tributary. And let's also open your market. Yeah, thinking about it, since we are a major power, we can form our own power block, right? Yeah, I think we can. I'll go for a sovereign empire, the ASEAN Empire. A lot of people will get pretty mad though, but I think it's worth it. I think it's important to create our block pretty early. Okay, Siam just backs down. Without any bloodshed, they became my protectorate. Oh yeah, like I said, a very annoying one. Okay, now it's really time to chill. 92 infamy is a lot. Forbidden love. So this guy is our heir. He's a minoritarian traditionalist. However, we can make him become an enlightened royalist, which is even better. He even likes multiculturalism. Okay, sure. Enlightened royalist heir. Hopefully he will rise to power soon. Until then, we are stuck with this guy. Okay, we can switch our construction to iron frame buildings. We're gonna do it, although it will cause a lot of shortages. We'll deal with them, we'll build more iron mines. Unfortunately, appointed bureaucrats fails for the second time. They just don't want to get that low past. Now I want to earn recognition. However, for that I'll need to abolish slavery and also to get rid of traditionalism, which is easier said than done. Okay, maybe we can abolish slavery. However, the landowners will absolutely hate us. Yeah, they might revolt actually. I don't know, I guess we'll wait and see what happens. Yeah, they are trying to revolt. They are not militant enough to actually start a civil war, but you know, still pretty bad. Okay, they are willing to start a civil war over slavery. We'll have to cancel this. It's unfortunate really, but there is not a lot we can do. We could fight the civil war, but our king is a landowner, and we are on autocracy, so the landowners will still be powerful. At least we managed to get appointed bureaucrats. This was the third try. You know what, I think I'll go for agrarianism now. I know it's not the best economic system, it does hurt the capitalist, but it's definitely better than traditionalism, and we can't really get anything else, so let's go for it. France is also getting a little protectorate in Malaya. It's okay, I guess, doesn't really concern us. 5 infamy to annex Cambodia. I think I will consolidate my empire. Okay, but Siam joins against me to protect Cambodia. Okay, then I will reduce your autonomy as well. Hope you like that. Chiang Mai also wants to be involved in this for some reason. I will annex you as well, although you are very expensive. Still worth it probably. We all know they don't stand a chance. Now that looks a bit better. I mean, this is a joke, right? No, Siam, you don't get more autonomy. I literally just lowered your autonomy. It's very funny to me how the Chinese keep giving us money. Although the treaty is not binding since a really long time. They can withdraw whenever they want, but they just decide to keep paying us. Isn't the emperor such a great guy? I think he is. I also started building a couple universities. Hope they are not gonna be such a big burden on my budget. Wait, what, really? The British are attacking China. They are trying to conquer the entire coastline. Okay, that's quite something, Britain. Yeah, that's a lot of infamy for you. Should I also get involved? Maybe liberate some country. I will do it, I just can't help it. I'm sorry, but I just couldn't pass the opportunity. And I liberated Yue. Yeah, that's a pretty reasonable chunk of their economy. And the British will also take a bit more. I did not take any more money from China because the infamy is just way too much. I mean, sure, I want 30k pounds, but not for 50 infamy. Also, we can start building up ammunition plants. And yeah, I am planning to switch my army to skirmish infantry eventually. That is gonna be very fun. I'll be able to bully China even better. Oh yes, finally, we got rid of traditionalism. Hopefully this will be a bit better. Should I try banning slavery again? No, I have a better idea. I'll get the industrialists in government because now I can do that. They are not marginalized anymore. And I will try to get wealth voting. Wealth voting is pretty cool. It's less authority, but it will make the industrialists more powerful, as well as the intelligentsia maybe. The landowners will definitely be weaker, I can guarantee you that much. A revolution, yeah, sure, very cool of you. Wait, what did the British do? They took a state from UA but none from China for some reason? Okay, that's weird, because they weren't even at war with UA, I'm pretty sure. At least we got corporate charters, and that means we can establish our first company. I'll definitely go for the textile company. This one is a special company of Dai Nam, I'm pretty sure, and it gives out 10% technology spread. Definitely need that. Also, you can have industry rights on cotton plantations and the monopoly on textile mills, why not? Let's see how this company goes. Okay, you know what, my infamy is really down to nothing, so it's time to annex some more people. And we got railways as well, by the way, but I don't think we really need them right now. Anyway, let's try to get another company. Cleaned up the borders a little bit. Now I'm really wondering how Burma is still alive. Usually the British are really obsessed with taking it over, but no, this game not really. Very weird, isn't it? I suppose we can get per capita taxation now. Oh, look at that, Italy also formed. And they like us. Supreme Alliance. Well, that's quite a name, Italy. Well, now we have a chance to not be the weakest power block. We got the better taxation, total separation. Sure, that's cool. Another company we can establish. Vietnamese Metal or Metal Works Syndicate. We do have a couple good options over here, I'm not gonna lie to you. We could go into opium or something a bit more practical. Okay, I'll go for the Vietnamese metalwork and I'll need to give them some charters, but for that I'll have to reorganize my decrees. Investment rights, industry rights on iron mines, and you can also have monopoly rights on tooling workshop. Now go make me money. Yeah, the British still haven't even touched Burma. So you know, if they're not going to take it over, I might as well do it. I will make them become my tributary and I'll force them to transfer their subject. Our empire must expand. Now Britain is back in China, trying to open the Qing market and transferring Tibet and conquering Bali. Yeah, that's also important. I think I'll also switch part of my army to skirmish. It will probably cost a lot of money, but the great powers are starting to get a little bit more involved in this region. New mandate for ASEAN. Our cohesion is so bad I almost forgot we had a power block. Could go for market unification, but it's pretty pointless because it's just my subjects. Construction efficiency is always a good one. Let's see, are there any other interesting ones? The company one is new, I think. At the end it can give you an extra company. I don't think we're going for that, however. Yeah, we'll go with construction for now. We desperately absolutely need to be peasant. And we got total separation. Next up, we're getting schools. We absolutely need better education. I think I'll actually start bolstering this modernization movement. It's really good for us. A new king! Oh yeah, it's our enlightened royalist. Although he is quite old, so not too sure how long we'll be able to keep him around. Ah yes, Days of Darkness. The eruption in Indonesia. It will affect us as well, definitely. And we got an education system, finally. And also opium addiction. You win some, you lose some, I guess. Now I guess I'll get dedicated police force. Personally, I don't really think the Dutch should control all of Indonesia. And so I'm taking things into my own hands. And we are going to war with the Netherlands to liberate the Dutch East Indies. This is the first war against European powers, so it's gonna be a big deal. We are just gonna do a little naval invasion down in Java. After all, I built this very nice big navy, which can destroy the Dutch. And hopefully we are gonna be holding in Borneo. I guess we can mobilize a couple more units. Landed on Java, on the Dutch East Indies capital. So that means we technically control all of our war goals. Also, dedicated police force, we got it. But right now it's a bit less important, I guess. That's it, we won. The East Indies are free. You see, I'm not a bad guy, I don't just conquer people, I also liberate the oppressed. Oh no, and now Indonesia has collapsed, just like I planned. And now I think we can do whatever we want with those guys. We can attack and annex them, we can try to bring them in our power block peacefully. A lot of opportunities. Now for some reason making UA a tributary is extremely cheap, only 20 infamy. So sure, I'll do it. They are using line infantry, so it should be pretty easy for us. Okay, never mind, the Great Qing sides with them. Yeah, unless they back down, which they might, we are in a bit of trouble. And I think I'll just do some naval invasions against the Qing or something. But yeah, most likely this war is gonna cost us a lot of money. Okay, thank god. I really didn't want to fight that war. Having them give up is much better. Let's now form this barely legitimate government. And let's get rid of autocracy, I can't stand it anymore. We need world voting. I think I'll get this treaty with Tidore. For a defensive pact and a bit of military assistance, they are willing to give us investment right, a power block embassy, and are willing to give clothing monopoly to our company. So yeah, I think I'll take this. It also means we're gonna get a lot of leverage in their country, so we can bring them into the power block. Peacefully as well. And I'll try to get something similar with Java as well, but just without the monopoly. Let's see if they accept. They say no. Okay then. We might try again later. Pontianak, however, is willing to do business. Come on, please accept this one. And they do. Alright, amazing. We'll be able to build a lot of leverage over here as well. Tidore is already willing to join us. Welcome to ASEAN. Okay, Java, fine. I'll give you an obligation. But please let me have this treaty. Oh yeah, we'll be building a lot of leverage. Britain became belligerent towards us. Well, at least I think we're powerful enough to defend ourselves at this point. Really, the Confederacy has its own power block now? Okay then, I suppose. And after so much time, we finally have some kind of a voting system. No, landowners, no, you cannot reinstate autocracy. Democracy is saved. We also got a new king, which is a kid, which is 8 years old. And he's a protectionist, okay. Yeah, we didn't really manage to take advantage of that enlightened realist. Okay, we got elections. Let's form this government. With the industrialist and the intelligentsia. Finally, we might be able to pass some good laws. Brazil expelled my diplomats. Wait, what? You hate me? Why do you hate me? I didn't do anything bad to you, ever. Actually, a lot of people kinda hate me right now. Okay, I managed to join this play on the side of Britain. And now they have a good attitude towards me. So that means I could get a treaty with them. What I would try is to get a low commitment to ban slavery. So we can do it a bit easier. Okay, I think we can do this. I had to give them investment rights, however. I hope they are not going to buy a lot of my industry now. Okay, they are back to being belligerent. But now we can try to ban slavery with a 22% chance. Okay, Sambas is in a bit of a civil war now. They don't really like me. However, the revolt does like me, so I think I'll support them, and I'll help them win this war. They deserve it. Now the landowners will try to stage a civil war. That is very unfortunate. However, what is fortunate is us getting a treaty with Sambas. Should be enough to bring them in our power block. And speaking of power block, we can also invite Java in. We will keep expanding our influence. I actually managed to fix my relation with Britain, and I am very proud of that. Now, since we don't have any infamy left pretty much, I was thinking we should go attack the Philippines and make them a tributary. It's only 45 infamy. However, Spain might join. I guess we can deal with them. Oh, and New South Wales also joins, which is pretty much the entirety of Australia and New Zealand, okay. Except for Tasmania. Yeah, this war is not gonna be that easy. The fronts are looking pretty good, and we're also doing a naval invasion. And they are not sending anybody to defend against that. Only now the Spanish are sending some troops. Oh, finally, and we got slavery banned. It means we can finally start working towards earning recognition. This will take a very long time. Now I think I want to change the economic system to interventionism. The war is over, and the Philippines are our tributary now. Oh, come on, Britain. Tidore Protectorate, really? They were in my power block, come on now. You already got Banjar as well. Terrible, terrible, absolutely terrible. Okay, and I have to reduce the autonomy of Burma through a diplomatic play. There is no other way. I'm sorry, but the liberty desire just won't go down. Okay, they back down eventually. Oh yeah, Britain is paria, by the way. Hopefully those guys will be able to cut them down to size. They don't deserve all those colonies. And we also enacted interventionism, finally. Now our economy should grow even faster. Yeah, I think I'll go for free trade. Oh my god, they're landing. Those guys are landing in Britain. If only they cut them down to size, my god. It would be so great. They got London. The British are gonna lose. Okay, so Britain was technically cut down to size, I guess. I don't really see it, my friend. Well, yeah, at least Tidore and Banjar are now free. With Tidore, we can actually get a treaty, I'm pretty sure. And we can bring them back in the power block. Banjar, however, hates us. Java left ASEAN. Wait, what? What happened? Nothing. I think they just left. Huh, that's weird. And we enacted free trade. Next on the list is proportional taxation. Pontianak also left ASEAN. Why is everybody leaving ASEAN? Maybe because I cancelled my treaties with them. Yeah, I should try to make new ones. And guess what? We unlocked steel frame building. So it's time to switch to that. That will cause a lot of shortages, I bet. But we're gonna fix them eventually. Let me quickly annex Shan. Okay, they said no. I guess we're fighting then. And now I'll give the Shan states to Burma to reduce their liberties a little bit. And we got proportional taxation. Amazing. Next, let's get a public health insurance. And we completed the designer clothes journal entry. Yeah, our company can now produce designer clothes. Now I think I might also annex Siam. It's only 20 infamy after all. Although Java might join against me. Go ahead if you really want to. Oh yeah, they actually do. Alright then. I'll take your little province over here. Would make them a tributary, but I would go above 100 infamy. Yeah, I don't think I will. I'll just focus on annexing Siam, I guess. Health insurance. Now what will be my next move? Oh yeah, I know. More democracy for everyone. Universal suffrage. Oh my god, Britain, what are you doing again? Trying to take all of China. Good luck with that, I guess. I mean, I could join as well. Britain is willing to give me something. Pretty much anything I want. Okay then, we're liberating Taiwan. Siam is all mine. The Vietnamese-Russian Treaty of Commerce and Navigation, which means we officially become a recognized country. And we're actually considered a great power. Wait, what? Really? Huh, that's nice. And in this war, we naval invaded Beijing, and so China will capitulate. And the positivist movement doesn't want universal suffrage. Can we pass it without them? Not really. Well then, we'll have to cancel this. I suppose we can open the borders to some other people. Let's get migration controls. We have a pretty good standard of living now, so I don't think people will start leaving our country. It's over for China. My god, what are those borders, Britain? Oh yeah, look at this beautiful treaty I'm getting with Taiwan right now. Such a great deal. And it will give me all their leverage over their country. And we got migration controls. That means we should see a bit more movement in our country. And we can also subjugate Sambas. Very cool. Now I think I'll just go for laissez-faire. And to be honest, that's because I am too lazy to manage all this construction. Britain wants to take over Banjar, but I will not let them. And no, I'm not going to fight on side of Banjar. I will instead just attack them myself and annex them. That sounds a bit better to me. And yeah, let's also get Formosa in our power block. We'll be able to subjugate them later. And do not fear, laissez-faire is here. And now I would like to start upgrading some of my ships to ironclads. And also let's build a couple more, why not? Okay, we can establish our third company. Let's see, what is it going to be? Ooh, a motor company. It will probably not be that good right now, but if we unlock cars, it will be absolutely insane. Okay, let's do it. And let's give you investment rights, industry rights on steel mills. Okay, very good, very good. And we can't give monopoly rights anymore because we're on laissez-faire. Yeah, that's one of the bad parts about laissez-faire. And also basically no infamy. So you know what that means? Time to expand. Oh my god, what just happened here? The entirety of India just collapsed. Well, that could be very interesting for us. I will get interest everywhere. Yeah, and I also got no migration control. Hopefully more people will move in. So Java joined against me in display. So that's great, you'll become my protectorate now. And you'll give me your subject. And you'll be humiliated. And I think that's enough. And the Qing joins as well. Okay then. You're gonna liberate this state. Hope that's fine. Yeah, I don't think I can enforce on Java though. Because everybody else capitulated and they don't have any war girls on me. So that means I'm going in the negatives right now. Okay, I'll have to give up for now. Oh, but I will come back for you, don't you worry. And I think I'll try to get treaties everywhere in India. I can invite all those guys in India into my power block. Should I do it? Okay, sure. Why not? Okay, we can get another principle to our power block. I think I'll get freedom of movement. Those Indian countries have a huge population. And I would like some of them to come to my country and work over here. And let's try to do it. Let's try to enact universal suffrage once again. Hopefully this time it works. And now we can start producing actual cars. And you know what, let's also hold a grand exhibition. And no, we are still not getting equal voting rights. But the good part is that we conquered Sumatra and we reached 200 million GDP. Also, we might be getting an even better low. And we got the exhibition, the greatest exhibition ever. Plus 100 prestige. Very cool, very cool. Trench works. I will change my entire military to trench infantry. Oh yeah, and we enacted multiculturalism. I think I'll do this. I think I'll get an alliance with Britain. And that's because I want to attack Java and finally make them my protectorate. So Britain is only willing to join if I transfer them a subject. I guess I could transfer Formosa. They are not really that important. So yeah, sure. But that brings in France. Okay, things are getting complicated. There we have it, the Great Southeast Asian War. It is looking pretty close. I'm not too sure. If the British leave, I am really done for. We managed to occupy the Javanese capital with a sneaky naval invasion. And so we officially control all of our war goals. Now it's just a matter of time. This timing couldn't have been worse. The socialists in Java have risen up. Terrible, absolutely terrible. I really hope this will not mess up my war. Java capitulated. They are now my protectorate, but they are still in this civil war. They got Spain on their side, so I really hope they're winning this. Wait, what? We're going in the negatives. What's their war goal? Their war goal is to liberate this place. They do occupy it a little bit, I think. Okay, fuck it, we're sending the entire army over here. I will not allow myself to be beaten by the French. And yeah, this whole thing is for this little state in Malaya, by the way. And we got it. Albanian mass migration, that's what I like to see. Up in the air, we got the Zeppelin, I think. I will take the trade for sure. And for some reason, a lot of people left our power block. Well, their loss, I guess. We can also build a skyscraper. I will do it. Yeah, but I really have to end the video now. Mostly because Bhutan got annexed. And I refuse to live in a world without Bhutan. So yeah, this is how the rest of the world is looking like. In Europe, we got Albania and East Switzerland. Yes, we have West Switzerland, which is democratic and capitalist, and then we have East Switzerland, the communist council republic. This is better than the Cold War. Oh wait, there is actually a third Switzerland right over here. The Swiss anarchist revolt. A lot of Switzerlands, very cool. America is looking pretty... Okay, Mexico bought Alaska. Yeah, this is an interesting continent. South America is pretty normal, Africa as well, and then we get back to us. This is how our power block is looking like. Most of those guys are my subjects. In fact, if we go to the market, yes, all of those guys are my subjects. So that is very cool. Together we are actually the third biggest power block in terms of prestige. And we ourselves are also the fourth greatest power in the world with 325 million GDP. Yeah, I would say that's alright for Dai Nam. Sixth largest economy in the world, just below the USA. The United Sovereign Archduchy, that is. And also we have one of the greatest standard of living in the entire world. Which is very impressive because we also have one of the highest populations in the entire world. We are number 8, just above Japan, but below Bengal. We are doing very well. In case you are wondering, those are my lows, my institutions, and my companies. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more Victoria 3 A to Z, and I'll see you in the next one.